could have gone a lot smoother. But that's all right. Hey, everybody. Wait, let me switch my camera. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff to troubleshoot and configure and just make sure everything's working right. Once I get up here, then everything should be good. Let's switch my camera. There we go. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Oh, wait. Let me get my... Where's my chat? Why don't I see my chat? Front and kick. Okay, chat's there. But why is it not here? Interesting. Well, I guess that's okay. Doesn't need to be there. It's on the overhead. In the front, but not on the side. Restream overlay should be in there. Did I accidentally delete it? Let me see here. Oh, yeah, I did. All right, let's copy this. Copy. And I'm going to just bear with me here, everybody. Sorry about this. Let's delete this. And then paste. Reference or duplicate? I'm going to say reference. That. There we go. Okay, good. Let's see. If you posted a comment, actually, I could probably read these off the screen. I was going to say if you posted a comment before I got here, I didn't see it, but it looks like nobody really did. Fragilities, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. And welcome, everybody, to the fourth. I want to say, you know, it's not the fourth live stream I've done, but it's the fourth one since I have this new setup. So just make sure that everything is good out there. Let me know if you hear me okay. Levels sound good. And it does look like everything's working. Let me check Facebook. And FC2, Sessions Live. I'm on Sessions Live today. That's the first time doing that. Last week I did Bandcamp, but that really wasn't very beneficial. So this week I decided to try Sessions Live in addition to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and FC2. So here we are. So I'll wait for some of you guys to get on here. And like I said, feel free to send out a comment, chat, or whatever, question or anything like that at any time. But before we get into starting some of the music, I wanted to first off thank all of you guys for all the support on these live streams and hanging out here and just like, let me turn this light on. Is it better like this? Yeah, it's a little better. Hanging out here and just, you know, enjoying these streams as much as I enjoy, well, hopefully enjoy them as much as I enjoy playing them, because I enjoy playing them quite a bit. They're a lot of fun, and they've been challenging to, you know, configure all this stuff and get everything working. And, you know, the first couple, I was pretty out of practice and, like, you know, playing some pretty sloppy versions of some of my songs. But as they've been going on, I think the third one was pretty good, except for one song. And you might have seen the edited version of that up on the YouTube channel. And hopefully this one will be as good as that one was, and hopefully a little bit better. And I have a lot of new songs, well, not new songs, but different songs to play today that I haven't played in the previous streams, which should be a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys will enjoy those. And man, it is hot. I have like, let me turn up my fan. I'll be right back. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, it is burning up today in here, but it should cool down with that fan up blazing a little bit. And somebody send a chat there just to make sure I can see these. I haven't seen anything yet. And make sure my chat, restream chat is working here, if you don't mind, if you're watching. Okay, well, I got a bot notification, so I saw that, so it does appear to be working. So before we get started, hey, Raider. Just stop by to say hi before I head into more meetings. Oh, very cool. Thanks for stopping by. And before we get started into playing some music, I'm going to do a quick drum playthrough. It's not really playthrough. It's just a drum part that I'm teaching one of my students for Terry, just so he can see this and just get a better idea of how to play it. And this is number 12 on page 29 of the Hal Leonard Drum Set Method book. And Terry's only 6 years old, and he's doing really, really good. Really, really good. I'm very impressed with his, he just seems to really love the drums, so that's really cool. So let me switch over to the overhead camera, and I'm going to play this real quick for Terry. Okay, so this is how it goes, Terry. We're playing quarter notes. Let's set this over here. Quarter notes on the ride cymbal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the hi-hat pedal on the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the bass drum on the 1 and the 3 and. So it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, oops, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we add in our toms. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, so that was for Terry, exercise 12 on page 29. So once you get that, then we'll be able to work on the song El Gato. So anyway, let's switch back cameras here. And Oswaldo Silva says, hey, I'm thinking about getting the Alesis Nitro. The only thing holding me back is the hi-hat. Is it possible just to switch out the module and keep the pads and cymbals? I'm sort of new to this. Yeah, you can do that. The hi-hat pedal is kind of weird on the Nitro because it has an 1/8 inch. Wait, wrong camera. It has an 1/8 inch jack rather than a 1/4 inch jack. You know, like a little. I don't know why they did that. Every other thing has a standard 1/4 inch jack on it, but for some reason on the hi-hat controller they put an 1/8 inch jack. So if you were to swap out the module, you'd either have to get some kind of adapter, which may or may not work, from the hi-hat controller of the Nitro, or just a new hi-hat controller altogether. I haven't actually tried the adapter to see if that would work, on a different module, so I don't really know. All the other pads should work just fine. Everything else should be okay. But the hi-hat controller, like I said, is a little bit weird on the Nitro. I don't know why they did it that way, but they just did. And the Surge, it's the same. So they're both like that. All right, so 7 of you guys out there, I'll wait a little bit longer before I get started on the songs, but let's go ahead and play some drums to make sure the levels are good. Pretty good here. Oh wait, let me turn down that, turn this up. I'm talking to myself. Headphone mix. So last week I did a little bit of fine tuning here. Raider says it sounds great. Thanks, man. I did a little bit of fine-tuning here because I felt like some of the songs I played last week, the mix was really good, but then other ones I had, like, the music seemed a little too quiet compared to the drums. So I went through and did some more fine-tuning here, put a little bit more limiting on the signal, and I think it should be really good this week, hopefully. So that being said, I might as well play the first song. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. 7 of you guys out there. This one's a pretty long song, so that way it'll give some people some time to get on here. Justin Early, 1986. Hello. It's me again. says you. So the first song I'm going to play is off of my album In Depth, and this one's called 11. And like I said, it's a pretty long song, but the interesting about this song is it's in 11/8 time signature. And it's really kind of a mellow tune. It's pretty chill. But I always really liked the drum parts in it because, you know, they're simple in a way, even though the time signature is really, you know, it's not a simple time signature, but the drum patterns I do are pretty simple, but I don't know, there's something about it. And I did the entire song on the Kawai K1 synthesizer, except for the drums. So basically, it's all K1 and drums. And Justin Early says 2020 was the longest year ever. Yeah, probably. It seemed pretty long. 2021 was like really fast. Well, it's not over yet, but it's already halfway over, and it's gone insanely fast, I think. All right, so, but 2020 definitely was rough. And DBM drums. Yo, Justin. Hey, DBM. Thanks for coming by the stream. Okay, so here's the first song. It's called 11. Let me mute my mic. Switch to stereo mode. Sorry, guys, to start that over, I forgot to turn on my... well, off to a great start here. But I forgot to turn on my scene switcher. So the camera is like just one camera, but I don't want that. And you guys want multiple cameras. So let's turn this on. So that switches. And Justin Early, I don't know how to comment on that comment that you just posted, so I'm just not going to say anything other than what I just said. So anyway, here we go again. The song name is 11. Sorry for the false start. Here we go again. All right, song was called 11, a little bit uncreatively. I just sort of named it 11 because it's an 11/8 time signature. But I was also watching Stranger Things season 2 when I recorded that, so that was also partially why I called it 11. I was like, I don't know, had the number on my mind. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me check the comments here. And that one it's a lot of fun to play. It's nice because it's like I don't have to strain myself too much because it's all really slow, but it's also really interesting, I think, in my opinion, because it's all just being an 11/8, putting in these simple patterns throughout that time signature makes it a lot of fun to play. And Justin early asked if I had a pet, or if I have a pet. No, I don't. I'm in New York City, and I really think it's just a difficult place to have a pet, unless it's a cat. But I'm allergic to cats, so that's why I don't have a cat. And then, quite honestly, dog owners in New York annoy me because, like, their dogs pee and poop everywhere, and they never clean it up. Like, they're always on the sidewalk, and, like, it's just gross. So, and New York City's just not a good place for a pet. But anyway, Pedro says, this is what I need it today. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for watching. And Twerk to Spec, nice screen name. Aw, yeah. DMB drums. Whoa, that synth sound is funny, but it sounds quite mellow. Thanks. Yeah, I like that synth sound. All from the Kawai K1, like I said before. And nice says Redux. JK, I'm here finally. Stupid work distracted me. No worries. Reg, that was great. Thanks, Reg. And your crash is so high. Any reason? No, it's not. Not really. This one? It's really not very high. It's actually quite low. I keep my crash a lot lower than a lot of people. Maybe it's just the angle makes it look high, because it's really not. I mean, like my, yeah. I think when you see that angle, it does look high, but it's really not. It's because of the camera over there is like actually kind of low, and I set it low so you could see the whole bass drum. And plus, it's a wide angle lens, and wide angle lenses distort things like crazy. Like, they make things look really weird, like not in correct proportion. But yeah, it's not very high. I mean, if I stick my arm, it's about, it's just a little bit over shoulder height, which I think is pretty normal. And yeah, it looks like crazy high from there, but if, like, you can see my hand, I can almost go from my rack tom, to the crash. So yeah. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to prove to you that it's not that high, but it's not that high. I've seen there's some drummers, they put their crashes way up here, like to where they're like up, like really, really high. And Pedro asks, what's your thoughts on the Yamaha DTX 432 set? Is that the older one or the new one? I can't remember their model numbers. Is it the one like that doesn't have any screen on it and just like a bunch of buttons? I mean, regardless, whichever model it is, all the Yamaha drums are pretty nice. My only problem with those, especially the brand new one, like they came out with this really nice module on the new Yamaha drums, and then their pads are like this big. Like, they have these tiny, tiny little pads. Like, a lot of people, criticize them for having rubber pads still, but to me, that's less annoying than it's less important that the pads are just tiny. Like, they have like a 3-zone. It's a 3-zone ride cymbal, and it's like a 10-inch 3-zone ride cymbal. I'm like, God, it's like so tiny. It's like a splash cymbal size. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that they need to make bigger stuff. Like, that's Yamaha's biggest problem. But they make nice sounding drums, and they're extremely well made and good quality. But yeah. Let me look at my other. I forgot to look at Sessions Live, see if anybody's watching there. No comments there. Let's look at my FC2. No comments there. I run all these other ones in Facebook just because, even though I know almost everybody watches me on YouTube and a couple on Twitch, but I run these other ones too just because, you never know who's going to be out there. I might just click on it and get some extra, some extra fans, some extra viewers and stuff like that. So That's why I have the other ones. And I should have gone to the bathroom before I started this. Because I'm going to have to go right now. I'm going to put the starting soon scene back on here so I can go to the bathroom. I drank a bunch of coffee, and now I have to go to the bathroom really bad. But let me read these comments real quick before I do that. Redux says, thanks, still looks a little higher than mine. Maybe I should go up. And then, haha, got you. It's good. JK will put out a video of the tracks for me later, like last week. Yeah, if they're as good as that last one, like if I play them all solid like I did that first one, then I'll do an edit. Because I kind of like that concept too, because not everybody wants to see the full chat, you know, on the replays and stuff like that. But bear with me, guys. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Let me put my Be Right Back. Do I have a Be Right Back screen? Hold on, let me see if that even works. I forgot to set it up. And the annoying thing about this, I have to stop the scene switcher first. I guess I could just put on music. I don't have to put on the scene. I'll just put on music and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So let's start that again. So you guys don't have to. That way people know I'm still here. So, okay, let's go ahead and play some music, and I will be back very soon. And see if this works. I don't know. Maybe weird, but okay, I'll be right back. Hopefully that wasn't too long or too bad. And I am back. So yeah, it is so humid here. It's insane, like how humid it is. Like I used to live in Florida, but I was pretty used to the heat. But I've been in New York now since 2012, and this summer is like the hottest summer I can remember in New York. I mean, it's like not even right now. It's not even like super hot outside, but it's just the humidity. It feels like Florida humidity, which is crazy. So, all right, let's play another song. It's already like been a half an hour, and I've played one song. So, oh, and I forgot to mention too, I believe it was who was it? Jake K was asking me to do Return Home this week, and I was going to do it, but there's something wrong with the audio file of that one. I need to fix it because it doesn't sync up with the click track. So I can't do that one this week, unfortunately. But next week I'll try to get it fixed so I can do that one again. Let's see. Welcome back from the bathroom, says Redux. Thanks. And please share your favorite drum fill slowly so us idiots can get a handle on it. I don't know if I have a favorite one. But I think, well, maybe I do. One that I really like a lot and that I do pretty often is like this linear type fill, where I do like stuff like that, where I'm doing like, basically it's like rocking back and forth between left, like leading with my right and my left hand. So I go like right, left, kick, left, right, kick, right, left, kick, left, right, kick. And then I just combine that with other things. Wait. Oh, no, I'm not doing it very good. Stuff like that. hopefully that was slow enough and a good enough explanation. But I have a drum lesson video actually about linear fills where I go more into depth about that. I like that one a lot. I also do like the, just this right, left, kick, kick. I do that fill quite a bit. And I think, it's one of those fills you can put in anywhere, and it just works well. So I do like that one a lot. What else? What else do I do a lot? I do this thing a lot, which is like where I'll combine. It's just basically just right, left, right, kick, down the snare and the toms, then I'll combine them together, like with something like this. And there's that one too. Right, left, right, kick, right, left, right, kick, right, left, right, kick. That one. So a lot of stuff involving the kick drum and then sometimes the hi-hat too. Just combining all that stuff together is really some of my favorite stuff. I just take whatever chops I have and just combine them, or leave bits out and add bits from one to another, things like that. I really like throwing in like triplet stuff in odd ways, like hi-hat paradiddles. I just did some right there. Combinations of that kind of stuff. But I do more like where I won't do the paradiddle exactly. I'll just do bits of it, like with just my left hand only, like that. Anyway, lots of stuff. There's so many things. I have a lot of drum lesson videos. I need to do more, though. But I do teach, too. So if you want to take lessons, you can... so I forgot to mention that at the top of the video. I usually do that. But demonic_sweaters at Instagram. You can message me there for details on it if you're interested. So let's go on to the next song. This one is going to be Moon, which is kind of a short one. But that's good because we played a really long one a second ago. And which drum kit am I using on this one? The Goth kit. This one I did this last week with the Goth kit, and I thought it sounded really good. So anyway, here we go. This is Moon, and this one is off of, I believe, In Depth, I think. Anyway, here we go. that was Moon off of In Depth. And that one came out in 2018, I think. 18 or 19. The years blur together. Hi-hat paradiddles, yeah, like I said before. Oh, I already talked about that. So that one's, yeah, it's a short one. If you're interested, the things about that, the sounds in that song were made with this little realistic keyboard, like from Radio Shack, that I've had for a really long time. What's it called? I can't remember. It's in my bedroom right now. I'll have to get it and bring it out for the next time. I'll show you guys. But it's this tiny little Radio Shack keyboard, and so all the sounds, except for that very last like voice sound thing, that and the Gary Busey sample. But that one sound is from a Casio SK1 keyboard. But all the other sounds are from this little Realistic, you know, like, if you don't know, Realistic is like Radio Shack brand, like their old brand that they don't make anymore. But they were basically Casios, like they were rebranded Casios. And this one, I forget the Casio, I forget both model numbers of it, but it is a pretty cool little thing. I had one a long, long time ago when I was like in my 20s and used to record with it on my 4-track and stuff, and then I got nostalgic for it and then ordered another one a couple of years ago. And I made a YouTube video about that too. There's like a review of it and me playing it and everything. Reg, thanks for the applause. And Redux, that was great. Thank you. And Redux, while you were playing, I was daydreaming about Guitar Hero, but for drums. Wait, Guitar Hero, but for drums, software engineer. Oh, Guitar Hero. Gotcha. I was like, Guitar Hero, but for drums. That's cool, man. So, yeah, the drums. Let's talk about the drums a little bit. All the triggers I have on the drums right now, well, the toms are redshots. Probably see that. The snare looks like a red shot, but it's not. It's a homemade trigger. I just use the red shot, like, shell on top of it. And the kick drum's homemade as well. I have a Yamaha trigger on here on the kick drum, but I haven't actually used it yet because this one's just working so well. I kind of just have the Yamaha one on there as a backup. So my homemade one, it's weird. I have a lot of trouble getting a really, really good commercially available kick drum trigger. But anytime I make one, especially with this bass drum, on my other kit, the D-drum trigger seems to work okay. But it didn't work so good on this one. I was getting a lot of missed triggers and double triggers. I think because it's bigger. It's an 18-inch. My other one's a 14. But the homemade trigger seems to work really well. I think it seems like that if they're, you can't really see it, but if they're like actually stuck to the head on the bigger bass drums, they tend to work better. Whereas if they're like, you know, clamped on or something like that, they seem to not work as well. And the Phoenix Nate, hello there, man. How's it going? Thanks for coming on. Okay, so I have another one that I've never performed live for you guys, and this one came out on Turn of the Scrocked, which is one of my more experimental albums. It's and this song, I really like this song. When I recorded this song, I didn't play drums on it. I did like finger drumming, like programmed drums. But then I later did another video where I played drums live on it, and so now I'm going to play it live. Redux says, I don't see you roll the snare into things much. That rolling sound. I don't know what you mean. You mean just like a, you know, something like that? Phoenix Nate, are you going to do a video on the homemade triggers? Yeah, I probably should. I have in the past, but not this particular setup. They're really simple. I mean, it's almost like the more simple you do it, the better it is, usually. The thing I'm finding. Like, they're all single zone. I don't have any dual zones on my drums right now, except for the cymbals are dual and triple zone, like triple zone ride, dual zone crash, and then dual zone hi-hats. But everything else, yeah, it's all single zones. And it's just because it's more reliable and it's easier to make, you know, triggers yourself if they're single zone. Double into triples. I still don't really understand what you mean, Redux. Double into triples. Like, you mean like playing triplets? Like after doing like a double stroke roll into triplets? Like. something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll try to figure that out when I get back, or when I finish the song. So this song is called Mercury Werewolf, like I said, and hopefully this one goes good because I'd like to put it in the edit. So here we go, Mercury Werewolf. I can't talk. That was Mercury Werewolf off of Turn of the Scrocked. It's funny, I'm kind of like a DJ at the same time of playing. The way I'd say the songs afterwards. But yeah, that one's a cool tune. It's a little tough to get the groove, you know, like in the beginning I always struggle getting that, like, because I'm leaving out a lot, like, and that's like I think what makes the beat sound cool. So it would be much easier if I were just going like that, but leaving out all this stuff, it kind of makes it a little more difficult for me to lock onto that groove. But I think I did all right there. The reason why it's like that too is because when I recorded the original version, like I said, I did it like finger drumming, like on a pad controller. So when I play that way, a lot of times it's easier to play when I leave out some hi-hats, because I'm doing, like, you know, my kick drum with my thumb, and then like my middle finger is my hi-hat, and index finger is the snare. So that's basically why that track was like that. So I try to emulate how I played it on the pad controller, like on my actual drum set. And Redux says that was really, really good. Thank you so much. And I love the hi-hat mismatch timing. Thanks a lot. And Rob says, always helpful stuff on here. Let's help support the channel and get more subs. Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you. That is really cool. So yeah, let me check the other services here, make sure I'm not missing any comments. I hate when this keyboard goes to sleep, because if I press the space bar, it might just stop streaming. Come on, keyboard, come back. Okay. Let's see. Nothing there. Sessions live, nothing there. I don't even know how to see if there's comments on there, really. Oh, hey, somebody's chatting on FC2 Live. Hey, there. Who is that? FadBD88AB. And it's in Japanese, so I can't really... Well, some of it, you say Metallica. I don't do covers, but maybe you're saying it sounded like Metallica. But that's cool. I like Metallica. Big fan. Andy Stout gave me thumbs up on Facebook. And hey, Andy, how's it going? Cool to see somebody there on FC2. Redux, you know how Wonderwall starts, the rolling sound? That's the rolling sound I meant. I'll have to listen to it again. Wonderwall. Yeah, I haven't heard it in so long. The only thing that comes to mind is the vocals, you know, and the guitar part. But it's probably just a regular drum roll. I don't know though, like maybe something like that, like a double stroke roll. I'll have to listen to it again. So I'm not quite getting the reference just yet, but I'll check it out after the stream. What's next? I have several more, so I should get going through this, or this stream's going to be ridiculously long. Next up, I'm going to play Ghost Image, which I played last week, but I haven't played that one a whole lot, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. And I have a cool kit to use for that one. This wide kit is what I called it. Oh, in case you were wondering, at the beginning of the stream, I was giving you guys a sample, like in the starting soon thing, I was giving you guys a sample of the new album, 333, which comes out, well, you can already stream it actually on my website, just demonicsweaters.com, on the blog part, but it actually comes out officially on the 14th. So, yeah, you can check that out there. And let's go ahead and play Ghost Image. So here we go. This is off of Polybius. I've definitely done that one better. But yeah, I screwed up on switching to the choruses there. I don't know. I just got nervous for some reason. It was weird. But another thing too that messes me up in that song, because I want to keep my hi-hat going, but due to the fact that I have so much foam and noise absorption stuff under my my hi-hat, when I try to do it too much, it starts bouncing around like crazy. So I have to kind of chill out on that. So I can't. Sometimes that can screw me up. Not to make excuses. But I might actually play that one again, like at the end of the stream, just so I can get a good edit of all the songs today, because I think the mix is pretty good. Fat Girth says, very cool tune. Thanks, Fat. Let's check the other services here. Anybody there on... Oh, somebody joined the chat on Sessions Live. Why can't I see it? Like, their Sessions Live is a weird... I guess it's a new service. Oh, it's Sling Balu. Sling Balu. Hi, Sling Balu. They're a newer streaming service out there, and their website is kind of janky looking. And let's see. Anor is there on FC2. Facebook, we've got Andy Stout. And nobody still on, what is this? Picardo TV. Yeah, streaming on a lot of platforms today. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all the ones that I just mentioned as well. And anybody have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the chat wherever you are watching. Redux says, what album purchase medium do you get the most percentage from, or would you prefer a Patreon donation? Oh, thanks for asking that. I don't use Patreon anymore because nobody ever did anything, so I just gave up on it and canceled my account. The one that I get the most is Bandcamp, so it's just anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. You know, it's basically just buying directly from me, pretty much. And I prefer, you know, that's basically what I use instead of Patreon, because the rewards are built in. You get an album, you know, so what better thing could there be, you know, than that? So, yeah, Bandcamp, anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com is the label. And the link's down in the description of the video, too. And I have a bunch of links down there. All that stuff helps. So anything you want to do to chip in is highly appreciated. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, and speaking of that, actually, there's some CDs for sale. 2 new CDs out, and I keep forgetting to... Let me just grab one. Be right back. Or I'll grab them both. And actually, I can still talk while I'm walking over here because I have a wireless mic. So I don't know why I say hold on. But let me grab this and this. And one of these days, soon-ish, I'm going to do a Minnesota drum stream. Minnesota is my other project. And so here's the Minnesota Deluxe Edition As the Sun Rises CD that just came out. And this is all me too. It's just a different project. It sounds different than Demonic Sweaters. It's more mellow and more acoustic instrumentation and electric too, but it's just more like man, this CD won't come. There we go. It's more like post-rock, I guess, but a little different, a little jazz-ish too. And the CD, it's a Digipack CD. It's only $10. And this just came out. I'm really proud of this one. I play all acoustic drums on this, so there's no electric drums on there. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Can You Draw Me CD, which just came out recently too, Demonic Sweaters. And this one's only $7, I believe, because it's a wallet. It's not a full-blown, but it's a professionally produced CD. And this one's $7, and this is all electronic drums on here. So it's like opposite end of the spectrum, more electronic sounding stuff. So pretty cool if you're into the CDs. I did a poll, you know, not too long ago on my you know, social part of YouTube and asked if people still bought CDs, and a lot of people said they did. However, none of them are buying these CDs. So if you want to buy one, that'll help, because, you know, they cost money. But I don't know. It's probably the last CD or, you know, physical merch I'm ever going to do, because nobody buys them. I mean, that's the plain, simple truth, is that nobody buys physical merchandise. Like, unless you're like playing like shows somewhere, and even then, people rarely buy them. They just don't buy them. You know, they'd rather stream it. which I'm that way too. I mean, I buy some physical stuff, but not a whole lot. So I don't know. It's one of those things that musicians like us, we tend to hold on to this thing where we feel like we have to have some kind of physical product, but it's really just not necessary. I just have to accept that reality. Let's see. Fat Girth says that shallow kick looks great, really compact. Yeah, it's really cool. I love this drum set. This drum set actually is great even acoustically. That bass drum sounds surprisingly good. Like, it does not sound small at all. This is the Tama Club-Jam Mini. Tama makes a bunch of club jams. They're all awesome. The Mini comes with this little tiny, this shallow kick drum and the snare drum, and you have to buy the toms separately as like an add-on kit. And so I bought them both pretty much at the same time because I wanted the full kit. I can't play just a kick drum and snare drum. Although there's been times where I kind of wish I'd just gotten the regular club jam, because the main thing is I like having my tom mounted to my bass drum. I'm not a big fan of having it mounted to a cymbal stand, though, it's okay. I'm used to it now at this point. And it is nice to have the whole drum set packed up with this really shallow kick drum. Makes it really, really compact. I can fit the entire kit with stands and cases and cymbals and everything in the trunk of my car with extra room. So it's really, really compact. Let's see. I want physical copies, says Redux. I can hold them in my hand as they're a thing. Yeah, that's true. But, like I said, not too many people want them. Tiago says, cheers from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Very cool. And Daniel is also in Brazil. That's awesome. I've been to Rio once. I've been to Sao Paulo 3 or 4 times. But, no, 3 times. And Rio once. And it was nice. It was a little scary, honestly. Sao Paulo wasn't as, I don't know. I think just because, as soon as we got to Rio, we kind of tried to get somebody tried to abduct us, pretty much as soon as we got there. They didn't succeed, but it was Sao Paulo. Nothing ever like that ever happened when I was there, and I was, Sao Paulo is, I guess it's less touristy, so, everywhere has danger. New York City has danger, obviously, especially these days. It's pretty crazy here, actually. I try not to go outside, especially at night in New York. But it's weird. Back, when I first moved here, New York City was, super safe. But since the pandemic and, all the, defund the police stuff, I'm not taking a stance on this either way. But it definitely hasn't helped our crime situation in New York. Things have gotten much, much worse since all of that happened last year. I just try not to watch the local news because it's scary. I don't want to see what's going on in the streets of my city, really. But, yeah, I don't know. I try not to dwell on that stuff because, like I said, things happen everywhere. And, there's good people everywhere. Good and bad people everywhere, too. So, Tiago says, oh, my God, LOL, sorry for that. Yeah, no problem. It wasn't serious. They were just trying to get us to get in their car, telling us they were going to take us on this tourist trip up to the Redeemer statue. But it was obvious after we actually went there that he was lying about where he was going to take us because that place where he said, I can't remember the details, but what he said actually didn't exist. It was just made up. So he obviously had some other plans. Let's see. Redux, are you vaccinated? Yep. It's been on. I talked about it here before. Pfizer as well for me. Ken Burke, I left New York City 6 years ago for North Carolina. Best move ever. Yeah, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with New York. There's some things I don't like about it, but there's some things I really do like about it. It just there's stuff in New York you can't really get anywhere else. There's just so many restaurants and so many different types of cultures. And I just tend to, I don't know. It's I've lived a bunch of places in my life, and some places feel like they want you there. Other places feel like they don't want you there. Where I was born in West Virginia, in Morgantown. Well, I wasn't born there, but I grew up in Morgantown, West Virginia. I always felt like it didn't want me there. Nothing ever went my way in that town. It just never worked out. Shit always, excuse my French. Things always fell through. and I just never had good luck. Same with Miami. But when I lived in Tampa and like not Tampa, but St. Pete, like that area, Tampa Bay area, things went pretty well for me there. And then I came here and things seemed to go my way, like in New York. I don't know why. Like it's a difficult place, in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of hassles that I have to deal with for sure. But, things tend to, I don't know, they just tend to work out, like luckily for now, thankfully. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know if I want to stay here forever. Like, it would be impossible to buy, like, a house or something here or, like, somewhere, even, like, an apartment. Like, everything is, like, so ridiculously expensive. Like, even if you, like, I was looking at apartments for sale, like, in my neighborhood. And, like, small, like, crappy places, like, not even as nice as where I'm renting, you're looking at, like, over $1 million. Like, it's insane. Like, I mean, and it's tiny. Like, you have no space. I mean, you might be able to afford something in Staten Island, but even there, for what you get for the money is, like, it's just pales in comparison to anywhere else in the country. Like, it's just ridiculous. Ken says, I used to go to the Iridium. I've heard of that. What is that? It sounds familiar. I might have to change. I have this sleeping bag hanging on my wall. It's sound absorption, but every time the fan comes, it blows it, and it's kind of hitting one of the cameras. So I'm going to stop this fan from oscillating. I think that's part of the problem. And I don't even feel it at all. It's so hot. Let's just stop this right here. And yeah, that should be good. All right, so I think it's about time for another song. What do you guys say? Oh, Kim Burke, a jazz club. Yeah, that's right. I know. I don't think I've been there. I've been to Blue Note and I've been to Birdland and the Stone when it still existed. The Stone was awesome. It was like John Zorn's place, and it was really cheap. And it wasn't even really like a club. It was just like a room with chairs and like people played, and that was it. There was no stage. And, like, there was no refreshments, but it's John Zorn, and he always had cool people there. Like, one night it was, like, him and Thurston Moore and several, I can't even remember who, but just jam sessions of, like, all these, like, legendary, like, experimental and jazz, avant-garde musicians and stuff like that would just hang out in there and play. And that was here for the first few years that I lived here, and then it finally closed down, unfortunately. But it was cool. All right, so what's up next here? We've got Long Skinny Arms and Fingers. This is another weird one, and it's in 7/4, and this one I've never performed live, and this is on, what is this one on? It's on, I believe, one of the kind of best of type thing, or, compilation type albums. I think it's on the 2080s, I think. But I can't remember. I'll have to check that. But it's called, you can find them all anyways. You just search on Spotify. It's called Long Skinny Arms and Fingers. And this one's a lot of, like, it's pretty experimental. I was doing a lot of stuff with an FM synth plugin. Well, it's the plugin that comes with Ableton, which is called, what's it called? Operator. And some other stuff. And I just thought it had a cool groove to it. And so I'll just shut up and play it. So this is called Long Skinny Arms and Fingers. And here we go. right, that was long, skinny arms and fingers. And thanks for the tip, Redux. I think that was Redux. I saw the notification there quickly. And this is the best song I've heard you play. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Like early Beck on drum steroids. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, I can hear that. I love Beck. Actually, I'm a huge Beck fan. Most of it. He's one of those guys. Well, one of the things I really love about Beck is he's so eclectic. You know, he has like so much different stuff that he does. And most of it I really like. Some of it I don't, but I would say 90% of it I think is great, including his last album. What was that called? It was like the vaporwavy sounding one almost. Like it was really good, actually. It was like probably the best one he's done in several years. But I mean, he's just a talented guy. He does a lot of different stuff that's really cool. Fat Girth, elbow cough, fire. It's weird though. That might be another emoji that I'm not seeing, because sometimes when I look in this restream chat, it doesn't show me the. Shoot. What happened? Hopefully I didn't screw something up. It's the keyboard falling asleep thing. I need to make this thing not do that. Let's see. We got some chatting here in Facebook or anything. Sessions. Nothing there. Nothing anywhere but here. But everything seems to be working, which is good. All right, so you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. We got a few more left to play here, and I probably am. That one, you know, I think I went pretty well on that one, but I had some issues in the beginning where I wasn't opening this hi-hat. If I don't open it, like if I get in between, like halfway in between, it kind of chokes it. Hear that? Like that, which is weird. And it's just one of those nitpicking things with electronic drums. It probably doesn't even sound that noticeable in the song, or maybe it does, but it's probably not that big a deal. But I do want to play Ghost Image again before we end this stream. Let's see, we did 11, Side Moon, Mercury, Werewolf, Long Skinny Arms, Ghost Image, and then so I have 3 more. So let's go ahead and do Ice Cream Pirate, which is a favorite of several people I know, and of mine. This one's just a lot of fun to play, and it's off of Can You Draw Me, most recent Demonic Sweaters album. There is actually, okay, so I want to clear up some confusion. There is a Demonic Sweaters album that came out after Can You Draw Me called Earth Asylum. However, Earth Asylum is a totally different thing. Like, it didn't even sound like Demonic Sweaters. It was like I wanted to make like a grunge rock album, and I sang on it. Like, there's vocals on it and stuff. And I think it came out really good, but it just didn't fit with the rest of the Demonic Sweaters stuff. So I actually went back and I rebranded that one. I just called it Earth Asylum. So like the band and the songs and or the band and the album are both called Earth Asylum. So it's not part of the Demonic Sweaters catalog exactly. It still shows up in the search, but now, like on Apple Music, Spotify, but now if you look at the artist, it just says Earth Asylum. So there were some songs on there I know that I had comments about that some people really liked, like Rot and some other the vocal songs that, you know, I've had some people tell me that they really liked them. But anyway, they're still there. They're not part of the Demonic Sweaters catalog anymore. Now it's in its own thing called Earth Asylum. So if I ever do more music like that, it will be like, that's the thing. Like I try to kind of I'm trying to do better at like making it more consistent in sound. Like I think Demonic Sweaters it's starting to have a really consistent sound now where it's like, you know, whatever that is, whatever I just played there is pretty representative of Demonic Sweaters, and I think this next one is too. So Ice Cream Pirate, this is on Can You Draw Me, and let's go ahead and play it. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. That was Ice Cream Pirate. And Raider FP says, FPV, sorry. Says same here, JK stuck in meetings, so missing most of the stream. Sorry about that. Well, you guys can always watch it later on the replay if you want. And I'm an Ice Cream Pirate. Pirate. Yeah, that one. The song, or the song title, I forget how that came about. Well, it came about because of the pirate, image that I had everybody draw for the Can You Draw Me contest. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but some of you probably do. But I did there was a contest to win a Roland drum module, and I got a lot of entries on it, and so it was really cool. And that's actually what the cover here is, a drawing. If you look at the digital one on Apple Music and Spotify, it's an actual photo of this weird pirate that I took a photo of in Florida, and on the back here is another drawing done by another submission there. So anyway, yeah, that's where the title came from, because Ice Cream Pirate, like it was like an ice cream store, but it really wasn't. It was more like a tourist store. But somebody said something, like they said ice cream, like pirate. But then they also, like, I don't know, some reason it became ice cream. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just shut up. But yeah, something like that. California Kinetic Soup says, just checking it out. Cool jam. The kit sounds great. Rock on. Thanks. Killer breakdown later. Oh, well, what, you come on, leave a comment and then leave? Okay, but thanks anyways. Raider says, my kind of playing right there. Any energetic, up-tempo, a lot going on. Thanks. And, about the... Raider said, the sound quality is on point for this stream. Sounds awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I think it should be good. I definitely spent a little more time. Last week was pretty good, and then I was like, I listened to it, and I took notes and figured out how I can make it a little bit better. And so I did that, and I think it should be pretty good now. Anyway, we've got a couple more. 2 more, actually. And it's already 3:30, so I'm going to try to do these here pretty quickly. And then we'll do Ghost Image one more time. Or should I do Ghost Image again now? Maybe I should do that, so it's still like in the middle of the set. If you guys don't mind. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do Ghost Image one more time. And maybe I'll try... Oh, that is the kit that I used the last time. Okay, so let's do Ghost Image again, and I'll try not to screw it up this time. So here we go. Ghost Image off of Polybius. Here we go. All right. That was a much better version than I played earlier of Ghost Image. And California Kinetic Soup asked, did The Cure and David Bowie write this at Depeche Mode concert in Tulsa? That would be cool, but no. That was off of Polybius 2017 release, I believe. Polybius. And Redux says, sounds great. You've got it locked in. Thank you. And Raider says, I wouldn't change a thing moving forward. This is the best sounding live stream I've heard from you. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate that. And Raider says, another meeting. Have a great day, all. No problem. Thanks for coming by and all the support, all the continued support, as always. JK, yes. All right, let's check the other streaming services and see if I have any comments there. Nothing. Nothing. And nothing. Facebook, nothing. Okay. So, got a couple more to go, guys and gals and NBs, non-binaries. I don't know why I said NBs. Does anybody say that? They should. Oh, JK, scrotch. Turn of the scrocked. Yeah, okay, so the scrocked. This is like actually an inside joke between me and one of my best friends, Chad, who I've been friends with forever, like since like grade school when we were kids. So we have this weird thing, like it's one of those things that like when you have a friend like forever, like your entire life, you have all these weird inside jokes. So one of them that we have is like we say these words that aren't words to each other, and we know exactly what we mean. So one of them is the scrocked, of this like Chad was doing a play on words of turn of the screw or there's like a famous horror, I don't know, anyway, he just said that, like randomly said that one day, turn of the scrocked, and I just thought it was hilarious. So that's what I named the album. And then Chad did the artwork for the album. I was like, hey, you want to draw the scrocked, So if you look at the artwork for Turn of the Scrocked, Chad did the artwork on that. So Return of the Scrocked added to the request list. Well, it's just Turn of the Scrocked, not Return of I started Return of the Scrocked. Actually, 333 originally when I did the album, when I started it, it was going to be called Return of the Scrocked. Was my original idea. But then I changed it to 333. Because I felt like some of the songs I were doing had a similar vibe to that one. And that one, see, the problem is with that, I can only do a couple of songs from that album because, like, Mercury Werewolf was on that album. Something happened, like, to my files. A lot of my master files on Turn of the Scrocked got screwed up. Like, because I moved computers. And even though I had everything backed up, there are some samples and things that I used that just didn't make the transfer. So, like, there's a couple of songs like Antimatter Is, like, I really want to do that one. I have the file for it, but it's missing a bunch of stuff. So I'd have to basically, like, rebuild it and replace a lot of the missing stuff in there, which maybe I'd be able to do, but it probably wouldn't sound the same because there were, like, some really specific samples that I used in that are just gone. And they were, like, homemade samples that I made, It's not like I can just get them from, like, a sample library somewhere. So there's a lot of the songs on that one they're just messed up, and I don't know. I'll work on it some more because there's a few on there that I really like to play. Like the song "The Scrocked" too is another one that has like some really really cool drum parts in it that I would love to play live if I could get the file to work. But for now, I'm gonna have to. You'll just have to listen to it on the recorded version. And I think Mercury Werewolf, I think, is the only song I have that I was able to save so far. Let's see if we have any comments. Facebook, just Andy Stout there still. And Joseph is there, and the Socially Distant, and Roland, all on Sessions Live. So thanks for coming by, guys. So got some viewers on Sessions Live now. That's pretty cool. This is the first time streaming to Sessions Live. I know I've had the service for a while. I just haven't had a chance to set it up yet. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. And I know this isn't like a traditional concert that Sessions might do. It's more of like a live chat and song playing thing. But feel free to ask questions if you have any, and I'll do my best to answer. And okay, we've got 2 more songs to do. And oh, Redux says your mic setup is on point. The stereo separation is really nice to hear. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, well, I have to switch. Like when I'm talking, I switch back to mono. So my mic here, if I put it in stereo, you'll see it's just on one side. It's just the way the interface works. So when I play the song, I switch it to stereo, so everything's separated. And I actually forgot to do that on the first stream that I ever did. JK says, return of the Scroc, add it to the request. Oh, wait, I already read that. And then he said, the art is rad. Yeah, it's really cool. Chad is an amazing artist. He does, like, a lot of stuff, too. Like, he does, like, not just painting and drawing. Like, he has this thing called Bigsby Studios where he does, like, what's it called? Like, he does, like, sculptures, like, for, like, parks, like, theme parks and stuff. And, like, creature creation, like, masks and, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, he's awesome. Like Bigsby Studios. I think it's just bigsbystudios.com. If you just Google Bigsby Studios, you'll find him. And it's really, really awesome, all the stuff that he does. So, yeah, check that out. But he did the artwork for Turn of the Scroc. All right, let's go ahead and do Castle. This is another older one. This one's off of Pirate. No, not Pirate. It's off of Tracker Adjust from 2016. And this is one that was made all with Amiga Pro Tracker and things like that, all on like old computers. It's all 8-bit chiptune sounding stuff. And what kit am I going to use on this one? I think I used the vintage set. Oh, and another thing too, maybe I'll do this tomorrow. I finally have 10 custom patches for the TD-6, and I'm going to share them to my website for you guys to download. If you have a TD-6, you can install them. So this is the vintage kit. And going to use this one in Castle. So here we go. Castle off of 2016's Tracker Adjust. right, that was Castle off of 2016's Tracker Adjust. And yeah, I really like the groove in that one. It's a fun one to play too. It's another one that's a little challenging to get smooth, but if I lock onto it, it sounds pretty good. It sounded, you know, when I first did it, this was one that I thought was hard in the beginning to get on electronic drums to make it sound right. But once I programmed this vintage kit, then suddenly it started to sound right. It just sounded much better. So that's a thing, you know. You have to play with your modules and get that sounded funny. You have to play with your modules and get them to sound, you know, play with them and get them to sound good depending on what song you're using, you know. Let us see what is in the comments here. JK says, will you send me one of your Roland modules with your patches on it already for free? No. Sorry. But that's nice, though. I'm glad that you like them. I only have two, but I have two of the TD-6, and that's all I have now. I got rid of everything else. Not that I didn't like the TD-27, but I just, you know, I spent a bunch of money, and I needed to recoup a little bit. And I really like the TD-6 for what it is. You know, it's really good. It doesn't sound as, I've talked about this a million times. It doesn't sound as realistic, obviously, but I like the sounds you can get out of it. Like, and I like that I have two of them because now I can like basically make sounds here and then take it to my other one, which is in the studio. And actually, it's funny. I was making a video about updating the firmware on the TD-6 and transferring patches to, you know, backing up and transmitting them to the other module. And the thing is, when I did that on this one, I had no problems. I used my PC, like Windows PC. When I was trying to make the video and do the other one, I was like, I'm going to use my MacBook. Big mistake. I had nothing but issues. The video is not done. I'm going to post it, you know, once I finally finish it and like do everything and get that one updated and fixed. I'll post the whole thing because it's like a nightmare. Like, I mean, like everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong, like because I used a MacBook. You know, MacBooks are great for certain things, but they are just horrible for other things. Like anytime you want to do something nerdy, like having to do with MIDI data and SysX and all this stuff, just use Windows. Like it just makes everything so much easier. Like you'll see in the video, like it's so funny, like how many problems I had. And then I even tried to do Linux, and equally as bad. So I just went back to Windows. I'm like, okay, enough of this screwing around. And you know, there's a Mac over here, you know, that I'm streaming my songs on. You know, for certain things they work really good. And this is a really old one. This is an ancient PowerBook or iBook G4 from 2004. It's not even an Intel processor in this thing. It's really old. But I'm running Ableton on it, and all the music you're hearing that I'm playing along with is coming out of this ancient G4. Works great for that. And I have another MacBook, like a more modern MacBook, that I tried to do that whole project with, and it was just a complete disaster. It probably would have worked better on this old. It probably would have actually on this old iBook because it's more around the time than the module came out. So I probably should have done that, but I didn't. Let's see. OGEG says, do you have any history or trivia about these songs to share with us? Some of them. Do I have any about that one, Castle? Not so much. I mean, at the time, I was like traveling around. I was in Florida, I think, when I made that. I was visiting my mom when I made the music part of it, I think, or around that time, you know. And I was just playing around a lot with trackers, and I might have done that one on an old PowerBook G4. It was a different old Mac. So some of them I do have more history and stories too, but that one's not anything that I can think of that's spectacular, other than I was just experimenting, you know, with like playing with these trackers and everything, and wanted to put something together. EG asked, do you ever use Jack on Linux? Yes. I used to do nothing but Linux, and I've made a lot of tutorials on it, on using Jack. You have to use Jack, actually. If you have any kind of serious use of audio, you have to use Jack, because everything else sucks, you know, as far as the latency goes and all that stuff. Jack is like the only solution, but it's still not ideal. It's like a total pain. Redux says, I love Linux, but yeah, Windows for firmware stuff. Stop hitting yourself. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, and I've stopped myself from actually making a video about this, where like why I stopped using Linux. 'Cause I was even in like Linux music podcasts and stuff because a lot of these albums were originally recorded, in Linux platforms, and I was getting kind of well known as like a Linux musician, and I just stopped completely. And the reason is because I just got tired of screwing with it. I used to like computers and messing with them, and now I just don't care. I just want to make music. And Windows is just the easiest. It just works the easiest. Like, I don't care what anybody said. Mac even is a pain in the butt a lot of times because there's so much security on Mac OS, like the new versions of Mac OS. Like, anytime you try to run anything that you download, it like stops you, and like everything's like, it's worse than like, remember Windows Vista user access control, like that nightmare? Like, Mac OS is like that now. Like, everything's just a mess. And like, I don't know. Windows just works better than anything, in my opinion. It's just the easiest one. And I'm actually looking forward, and I think Windows 10, sorry to talk about a million things at once. Windows 10 is actually really nice. And I'm looking forward to Windows 11, which is coming out pretty soon. But we'll see. Windows has a history of one good one, one bad one. One good one, one bad one. That seems to happen a lot. But we'll see if they break that cycle. E.g., oh, you should make that video. You mean the one about why I stopped using Linux? Well, the reason why I haven't, if that's what you're talking about, is because I just fear the nerd attack. Like, and that was another reason why I stopped posting Linux content, because I just got tired of the neckbeardy comments. Like, the people, like, just get so uppity and, like pretentious and angry, like, posting Linux comments. Like, I'm just like, who cares, like, about arguing over what distro is better than the other, blah, 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 and, like, it's just like, it doesn't even matter. Like, none of that stuff even matters. I mean, it's just an operating system. It's an operating system to do a tool for something, That's not the purpose of having a computer, is not to screw around with your operating system all day. The purpose is so you can do things like make music and make art and, edit videos and put them on YouTube. And, there are some, I'm not bashing Linux totally. There's some good stuff on there, and there's some interesting things. And I think if I were just using, like if I were just doing maybe word processing and, internet and even video editing isn't bad. Like, Kden Live works pretty good. And basic music creation, then it's fine. But if you really want the best stuff, you kind of have to use Linux. Sorry. Or not Linux. You kind of have to use Windows or Mac. But I still prefer Windows over Mac. Even though Macs tend to have, most of the time, like a regular old MacBook can have it can have better latency than your run-of-the-mill PC. But if you have a really good PC, it doesn't really matter. It's just as good, if not better. Like, my main desktop PC, it's over there. You can't see it. But that thing's fast as F. And it just blows away my MacBook, actually. It completely destroys it. And actually, I have a gaming PC laptop, too, that's also quite fast and does a good job with audio. The only problem with it is it's really thick and heavy. So the MacBook's a little better as far as, like, convenience goes, as far as that goes. Let's see. Redux says, Arch is the bomb, right? Yeah, I never tried that one, actually. I was always, like, into Ubuntu and Debian and, your basic standard stuff that has been around for a long time. Let me check these other comments, or other services, see if we have any comments. Nothing more on FC2. Joseph says hi. Hello, Joseph, on Sessions Live. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching the stream. So Sessions Live actually is quickly the second most active next to YouTube, even more so than Twitch right now. We have, how many people on Sessions? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people on Sessions. And that's, I think Twitch right now, there's only like one person, if any. Twitch, I usually only get like 1 or 2 people. The vast majority comes from YouTube. But Sessions is looking pretty good. So thanks for watching on Sessions Live. And you can check me out more at demonicsweaters.com and all that stuff. There's links in the description. I think there's a description on Sessions. I can't remember, actually. Pretty soon, believe it or not, I'm going to, well, I don't know why you wouldn't believe this, but sometimes I say stupid stuff. I'm going to have a Bilibili channel, which is like a Chinese site. I'm not doing it by myself because they have no English version of their website, but it's like a mainland China website. I have a service who's doing it for me, and it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I don't think they'll be doing the live streams. They're basically going to do edited versions of my videos and translate them to Chinese and put them on Bilibili.com, which is cool. You know, I just like reaching as many places as possible. And to get into mainland China, you know, you have to be on one of their services because of the, you know, the government. So they don't have YouTube and stuff like that because it's all controlled over there. And, you know, the Chinese people deserve to see Demonic Sweaters as much as anybody else. So that's why I want to do that. And soon that'll be available. There's a link already on my YouTube page, but I don't think it has any content on it yet. Last time I checked, it's still empty. They're still working on it. Anyway, let's go ahead to the last one. So this is one I performed, not on these streams, but I performed it before. And this is actually another one that's quite, this is my most streamed song on Spotify. And this one actually has the help of Ichika Nito on guitar. So he's quite an amazing guitar player and very famous on YouTube. He has like millions of subscribers at this point, and he's just a virtuoso, phenomenal guitar player. But this features him on guitar, and not that I talked to him or anything. He just released these. They were like royalty-free guitar loops, and I just used them. So I sent him the link. He never responded about it, but still, I think it came out really good. So this is called Ether, and it's off of Can You Draw Me? And here we go. Ether. right, everybody. That was Ether off of Can You Draw Me? And yeah, thanks everybody for watching again and hanging out for the live stream. That was a lot of fun today. And thanks for all the support, everybody, and all the comments. Let's see. Let me switch my cameras here. I could turn off the scene auto switcher now because that's all the songs were done. I am so hungry. I just realized that I didn't eat lunch. All I had today was breakfast, and that probably wasn't a great idea. Got super hungry about halfway through. Switch to this camera. There we go. So Redux says, that was great. Thanks, man. Oh, thank you. Thanks for all the support, and thanks for watching and all the comments and everything, and the donation. That was really, really nice. I really do appreciate that. Sean says, shoot, well, better late than never. Guess I'll watch later. Sounds good. Thanks, Sean. No problem. I'm going to do another edit like I did last week. I'll edit out all the talking and do a no talking version and then a talking version as well. This version will be available if you want to watch the full stream with all the chat and everything. You can. EG says just use whatever works in regards to the Linux thing if it means sticking to Windows 10 forever. Yeah, well, you don't want to stick too long, and like because there's the people that refuse to move on from Windows XP still, and like nothing works now. But yeah, I know what you mean. Thanks for the stream, says Reg. Thanks, Reg, and thanks for watching. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it, all of you. It really means a lot. I mean, this is great. I love doing this stream every week. It's really cool. It's really challenging, too, to come up with like a new set list every week. And I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this, but I'll go as long as I can. I'm going to have a lot of songs. But the problem is some of them I don't have drumless versions of, and I can't really make drumless versions of because they were created on old computers, and like the master files are like long gone and all that stuff. But I have several of the most recent albums. And like I said before, Turn of the Scrocked, I have those, but they're just missing a lot of stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to fix some of those and get those to work. But there's still several more. And there's all of 333, like the whole new album. So that one I'm going to, well, I guess I should do that next week because today's the 10th and it comes out on the 14th. So next week, ooh, I'm going to have to practice that. So next week I'm going to try to play 333 material. Because, yeah, it's coming out, and I have all that stuff that I could easily... I already have drumless versions of it, so it'll be easy to get the songs up. I just need to practice them because it's all fresh. You know, it's all newly recorded material. And sometimes I'll just basically, especially with new stuff, you know, I'll work on it while I'm recording the song, and then once I get the song recorded, then I'm working on the mix and, like, releasing the album and all that stuff, and then I don't play it again for, like, months, like, after I recorded it the first time. So it's like there's a little bit of relearning that has to go on there. So anyway, let me just check the other streams here and see if there's any comments on those. Facebook, no. FC2, no. And, oh, we have more viewers now on, oh, wow, on Sessions Live. Marianne joined the chat. She sent a fire. Thanks so much. And a lightning, Marianne. Thank you so much for watching. And Sessions Live is like right on. I'm getting a lot of hits there on Sessions Live. That's really cool. So it seems like a pretty good site. If you guys don't know about that yet, it's just sessionslive.com, and they have it's all about live streaming music. You know, it's not like Twitch. There's musicians, but it's really for gaming. Sessions Live is all about music. It's for music, and it's all about music. So Restream, guys, if you're watching, or girls, you should add Sessions Live as one of your, you know, pre-configured Restream things, whatever they're called. Because right now, you can do it through Restream, but you have to do it like a custom like address and set it up manually. So anyway, but it's very cool. Very cool that there's some people there, and just cool that, you know, like I said, I really appreciate everybody watching and hanging out and chatting and everything. Don't forget to check out demonicsweaters.com. Let me just plug all this stuff again. demonicsweaters.com, antshillrecordings.bandcamp.com. If you want to support me, I don't use Patreon. I use Bandcamp, and you can buy stuff on there, and that's how you can support me and what I do. I have 2 new CDs available. There is Can You Draw Me on CD, which is right here. And these are professionally produced CDs. They're not CDRs. They're professionally made. This one comes in a wallet. It's only $7. And there's digital downloads too. You get a free digital download if you buy that. And then we also have Minnesota As the Sun Rises Deluxe Edition in a full digipack. This one's really nice. I mean, they did a great job on this one. Disc Makers is who made it. You can see all the artwork there inside. It looks really good, full color, high quality CD. This one's $10. There's the whole back catalog. If they're like, okay, so anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com has a lot of stuff on it, but there's the really, really old stuff on archive.org, Anthill Recordings. So if you go to the Anthill Recordings Bandcamp, there's a link there to the archive.org, and it also has the new stuff on there too. So if you don't like to pay at all for stuff, you can always stream and download from archive.org. I release everything there as well. It's all Creative Commons released. I mean, it's I don't allow commercial remixes or anything like that, but you can download and stream it. I don't mind, because Spotify doesn't really pay much anyways. So what's the harm in letting people download for free if they want to? So you can do that there. And if you want to take drum lessons, you can do that with me online. The drum lessons look exactly like this, what you see here, with all the different scenes and everything. I can stream that right through to Google Duo for drum lessons online. And you can ask me about that. You can just message me on Instagram. It's just demonic_sweaters on Instagram. And I'm booking for Fridays right now. Thursdays are full, actually. It's crazy. I mean, it's really great. Super appreciative of all the students. And I have some amazing students right now. So people really, a huge range of different types of people all over the world, which is awesome. Young and old, it's really cool. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So if you want to take lessons, send me a message there, and we'll talk about it. It's very affordable, and it's high quality. I pride myself on having, I think it's one of the nicest online lesson experiences out there. You know, a lot of people just stick a phone there next to it, and and that's all. But with my lessons, you get the full multicam experience, stereo sound. Everything's just really, really nice, I think. If you think this looks good, you'll think the lessons look good. So anyway, Redux, thanks a lot. Nigel Thomas, what's up, Justin? Been a while. Can you play some Metal Groove? Nigel, I'm just signing off, but thanks. I can do some kind of metal-y thing. I'm not much of a metal drummer, but I can do. Let's get to a metal-y sounding kit here. And let's see. We can do like a quick double bass thing, like something like that. Yeah, like I said, not much of a metal drummer, but that's what I got for you as far as that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to sign off and eat some lunch. And, yeah, come back next week. I'm doing them every week. Every week, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Tell your friends. Make a note. Subscribe to the YouTube channel or wherever you're watching this if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching once again. Take care. Bye-bye.